Some calls are just not meant to be answered. And today we're diving into a story built on that exact terrifying idea, the house that answers back.
Right off the bat, you know this isn't your typical ghost story. We're talking about a place that doesn't just remember, it speaks. So let's step inside this house of memories and meet Adham, a man who's looking for his past in a place he really should have stayed away from.
So you've got Adam, right? He's grieving, he's just lost his father, and he figures that moving back into this old, crumbling family home will bring him some sort of connection, some peace. What he doesn't realize is, he's not actually alone.
And almost immediately the house gives him a warning, a single, very, very simple rule. Adam finds this note just lying on the floor. And what do? You'd laugh, right? He thinks it's some kind of prank a relative left for him. It's a simple instruction, sure, but it's also the house's very first test. And, well, he's about to fail it.
Get this, just 3 minutes later, a voice, a clear whisper, just snakes its way down the hall calling his name. He freezes, trying to explain it away. It's nothing, just my imagination. But you know that feeling, right? That little seed of doubt? Oh yeah, it's already been planted. As the night gets deeper, the house really starts to wake up. And all those rational explanations Adham was clinging to, they're about to completely fall apart. The whole thing just escalates with terrifying speed. First, he hears the impossible, footsteps from the ceiling, where there isn't a floor. Then comes the eerie, a faint bell ringing somewhere far away. And finally, the truly intimate sound, heavy, exhausted breathing. But it's not coming from another room. It's coming from inside the walls themselves. And just as that auditory horror is hitting its peak, his sight is gone. Boom, the lights cut out. This isn't just bad wiring. It feels like a strategic move. The house is leaving him completely and utterly vulnerable in the dark. This time, the call is different. It's not a distant whisper. No, this voice is so close it's as if the breath is hitting his ear. It's not in the hallway anymore. It's right behind him.
He whips around, of course, expecting to see someone standing there. But there's only oppressive, heavy darkness. And as his eyes fall to the floor, he sees that note he'd laughed off hours ago. It's been flipped over.
And this is the horrifying truth. He didn't respond out loud. He didn't say, "Who's there?" But when he turned around, when his mind acknowledged the call, he answered. He broke the one and only rule he was given.
Panicked, Adam starts tearing the place apart, desperate for an explanation. And he finds it in his late father's old journal.
The frantic handwriting alone tells you everything you need to know. This isn't just a history of the house. It's a desperate warning from someone who already faced this thing and lost.
The journal reveals this crucial, terrible detail. The house isn't just the location. It's a participant. It's a predator that operates on a simple system of call and response. It hears the entity that calls out, but it only preys on the one who responds.
And there it is, the terrible confirmation of what happened to his father. He didn't just die, he was consumed. He engaged with it, he asked a question, and in doing so, the house stole his voice, and then it took him. Adam now knows exactly what's at stake.
Armed with this absolutely horrifying knowledge, Adam now has to face the final call.
The time itself, 2:13 a.m., is often cited in paranormal circles as a moment of peak activity. The house is now at its most powerful.
The entity isn't hiding in the shadows of the hallway anymore. Now it's in the very heart of Adam's personal history, his father's room, a place of memory that has just become the epicenter of all this terror.
And here's the final cruel twist. As a tall shadow begins to form in the corner of that room, the voice it uses is a perfect imitation of his father's. It's a lure, a false comfort, confirming that the game is already over. He broke the rule. The consequence is inescapable. The next morning, the sun rises, but the horror hasn't ended. It has simply reset itself. Relatives arrive to an unnervingly silent house. The door is wide open, but there is no sign of Adham. He's vanished, just like his father before him. But there is one thing left behind. A new note, with a new warning. The curse has been passed on. Adham is no longer the victim of the call. He has become the call itself.
And as his relatives finally leave,
a voice echoes from the depths of that empty house. It starts as a desperate plea for help, but then it slowly, chillingly, transforms into that same monstrous call that started it all. The house has a new voice, and it's waiting for someone else to answer.